Do you ever find yourself sitting on the edge of your bed, taking a deep breath, and mentally preparing yourself just to stand up? You haven't even taken a single step yet, but you already know exactly what is going to happen. Your knees are going to pop, they are going to grind, and they are going to ache like an old rusted hinge. For millions of people over 60, that simple act of standing up in the morning has become a daily negotiation with your own body. You swing your legs over the side of the bed, and the moment your feet hit the floor, your knees feel like they belong to someone 20 years older. And what breaks my heart is that so many people accept this as normal. They tell themselves, well, I am getting older, this is just how it is now. But I am here to tell you today that morning stiffness, that feeling like your knees need 30 minutes to finally wake up, is reversible with just one exercise. Welcome back to the Senior Health Podcast, where East meets West to help you age strong, move freely, and stay independent. Today, Dr. William Lee is going to show you one highly specific, powerful exercise that targets a forgotten muscle in your leg. When activated, this one exercise physically pulls your kneecap back into its proper groove, stopping the bone-on-bone grinding forever. But there is a catch. If you try to do this exercise right out of bed while your knees are cold, you can actually damage the joint. So today, we are doing a full follow-along routine. We are going to start right in your bed to warm up the joints and build our way up to that one miracle movement. Let's not waste any time with long theories today. Let's get right into the action. Doctor, why are our knees so incredibly stiff the moment we wake up? To understand this, you must imagine a jar of honey sitting in your refrigerator. Overnight, while your body stays completely still for 7 or 8 hours, the natural lubricant inside your knee, called synovial fluid, gets cold. It thickens. It becomes sluggish, exactly like that refrigerated honey. If you immediately stand up and force your entire body weight onto that thick, cold fluid, the joint absorbs massive impact. We must warm the honey first. So those painful first steps to the bathroom happen because the knee has zero lubrication ready to absorb your body weight. Exactly. Your knee is not ready for gravity yet, and that is why we begin this routine before your feet ever touch the ground. To everyone watching this, I want you to follow along with us right now. Lie back on your bed and get comfortable. We are going to start with a bed heel slide. And please, everyone watching, after you finish, comment on whether the exercises felt difficult for you, because it helps me adjust the next episode. All right, I am lying flat on my back. What is the very first motion? Okay, let's start with the first exercise. Keep your left leg straight and relaxed on the mattress. Now, focus entirely on your right leg. Very slowly, I want you to bend your right knee by sliding your right heel along the mattress, dragging it up toward your buttocks. Slide it only as far as feels comfortable. You should feel a gentle stretch, absolutely no sharp pain. The mattress is actually taking all the weight of my leg here. It feels completely effortless. That is the secret. The mattress is your best friend right now. It supports the heavy bones of your leg and reduces all friction. There is zero structural load on your knee joint. Now slowly slide that heel back out until the leg is completely straight again. Smooth and controlled, no jerking. Let's do a few of these together. Everyone at home, slide your right heel in, feel the knee bending gently, and slide it back out. Now let's do the left heel. Slide it in toward you and push it slowly back out. And make sure you do not force your heel all the way to your glute. If your knee only bends halfway before it feels tight, stop there. Every single morning will be different. The goal is simply stirring the honey. You are gently pumping that synovial fluid so it becomes warm and slippery. Do this 10 times on each leg. By the time someone finishes these 10 slides, their knees will already feel significantly looser and they have not even sat up yet. So what do we do next while we are still lying down? Now we move directly to exercise number 2. This is called the lying quad set. Your quadriceps is the massive muscle on the front of your thigh. When this muscle is strong and engaged, it acts like a custom-fitted knee brace. But after a night of sleep, your quad is essentially switched off. It is asleep, just like the rest of the body. Precisely. And if you stand up and try to walk on a sleeping quad, the muscle cannot brace the joint. Your delicate knee cartilage takes all the punishment. So we must wake this muscle up forcefully, but safely, before we stand. Okay, I am still lying flat on my back with my legs straight. How do I wake up the quad without bending my knee? I want you to push the back of your right knee firmly down into the mattress. Just press it down into the bed. When you do this, you will feel the muscle on the front of your thighs suddenly tighten and harden. If you place your hand on your thigh right now, you will feel a hard ridge form. Hold that tight squeeze for 5 seconds. Wow, I feel that. And after those 5 seconds, I just relax? Yes, completely relax the leg. Let it go soft. What you just did is called an isometric contraction. The muscle worked incredibly hard, but the knee joint never moved a single inch. This is the absolute safest way to build strength if you have severe arthritis or even a knee replacement, because there is no grinding. I notice that it is very tempting to hold my breath when I squeeze the muscle. That is the most common mistake. Please, everyone, keep breathing normally. Inhale, and then squeeze the muscle as you exhale. Your brain needs oxygen right now. Do 10 repetitions of this 5-second squeeze on each leg. Once you finish, your quads are fully awake. They are ready to protect you. Now, doctor, it is time to sit up. All right, everyone following along, swing your legs over the side of your bed or sit up tall on the edge of your couch. What is the third exercise in our sequence? This is the seated knee extension. Now that the fluid is warm and the muscle is awake, we are going to work it through a larger range of motion. Sit up very tall. Slowly straighten your right leg out in front of you, lifting your foot off the floor. Okay, my leg is out straight in the air. Now point your toes slightly upward toward the ceiling. You will feel that same quad muscle we just woke up working very hard to hold the heavy weight of your lower leg. Hold it there for 3 seconds. 1, 2, 3. Now slowly lower your foot back to the floor. Do not just let gravity drop it. Control the descent. I can feel that lowering the leg slowly actually forces the muscle to work even harder than lifting it did. It does. That is called eccentric loading, and it builds incredible functional strength. It mimics the exact muscular control you need to safely lower yourself into a chair or walk down a flight of stairs without collapsing. Let's guide everyone through one. Right leg extends out. Straighten the knee. Hold it for 3 seconds, and slowly lower it back to the floor. Good. Now, doctor, I know there is a secret physical therapy technique we can add to this specific movement to make it twice as effective. What is it? It is called the terminal knee extension. When you lift your leg and get it completely straight at the top, I want you to give your quad one extra intentional squeeze. Try to visually pull your kneecap upward toward your hip by flexing that thigh muscle as hard as you safely can for just 1 second. Oh, that changes the exercise completely. That extra squeeze at the very end burns in a totally different place. Yes, it targets a very specific portion of the quadriceps that is responsible for locking the knees securely when you stand. That piece of the muscle weakens the fastest as we age. Do 10 repetitions on each leg, adding that terminal squeeze at the top of every single one. If one knee hurts more than the other, always start with your good knee first to warm up your nervous system. Okay, the knees are lubricated and the massive quad muscles are fully activated. Now we are finally ready to stand up. What do we do once we are on our feet? Now we move to exercise 4, standing knee circles. This is going to spread that warm synovial fluid into the deepest corners of the joint. I want you to stand near a wall or stand behind a sturdy chair and hold the back of it for balance. Bring your feet close together, almost touching. All right, I am standing, holding a chair with my feet together. Bend your knees just slightly, just a soft 2 or 3 inch bend. Place both of your hands gently on top of your kneecaps. Now, using your hips and knees together, make very slow, smooth circles with your knees. Move them to the right, push them slightly forward, circle to the left, and bring them back. Imagine you are using your knees to slowly stir a pot of soup. I can hear a little bit of popping and clicking as I do this. Should I be making huge, deep circles? No. Keep the circles very small and shallow. We are not doing deep squats. As you rotate, the cartilage inside your knee is getting gently compressed and released from every possible angle. You are physically wiping the synovial fluid across every millimeter of the joint. When you mention the clicking, I know a lot of our viewers hear their knees clicking or grinding when they move. Does that mean they should stop? No, unless there is sharp, stabbing pain. The clicking is just an area of the joint that is dry or slightly misaligned. Here is the trick. As you do these circles, pay close attention to the exact spot in the rotation where it clicks. When you hit that spot, slow down even more. Do not avoid it. Gently work through it. Over the course of a few days, you will notice that click starts to fade away. That is so encouraging. Do 10 gentle circles to the right, and then reverse and do 10 to the left. But doctor, is there anyone who should absolutely not do this circular motion? Yes, this is a very important warning. If you have been diagnosed with a severe meniscus tear, or if your orthopedic doctor has specifically told you to avoid twisting or rotational movements, please skip this exercise. Just do an extra set of the seated leg extensions instead. For everyone else, this is magic for joint stiffness. Doctor, we have reached the moment everyone has been waiting for. We warmed up the fluid, we woke up the muscles, and we are standing. What is the one exercise from the title of this video that pulls the kneecap back into place? This is the main event, exercise 5, the wall-supported mini squat with an isometric hold. This exercise isolates the muscle called the vastus medialis oblique. Where exactly is this muscle located? It is the small, teardrop-shaped muscle on the inner side of your thigh, sitting just above and slightly inside your kneecap. When this specific muscle weakens, and it weakens in almost everyone over 60, your kneecap tracks improperly. Instead of gliding smoothly, it drifts to the outside when you walk, aggressively grinding against a bone. This tracking issue is the root cause of so much chronic knee pain. So by strengthening this one inner teardrop muscle, we act like a pulley system, yanking the kneecap back into the center where it belongs. Exactly. And to do it, we use the wall. Stand with your back perfectly flat against a wall. Walk your feet out about 1 foot away from the baseboard. Keep your feet shoulder-width apart. Now slowly slide your back down the wall, bending your knees. How far down should we slide? A lot of seniors cannot do a deep squat, and they absolutely should not. Stop when your knees are bent to only 30 degrees. It is a very, very shallow bend. If you imagine a clock face, your thighs should be pointing to roughly the 11 o'clock position. Why so shallow? Doesn't a deeper squat build more strength? Not for this muscle. It is most active in the very first 30 degrees of bending. If you squat deeper, the massive outer quad muscles take over the work, and the one we are trying to target goes right back to sleep. We want to isolate that weak inner muscle. Okay, I am in that shallow 30-degree position, leaning against the wall. What do I do now? Hold it. Press your lower back firmly into the wall. Actively squeeze your thighs, focusing your mind entirely on that inner teardrop muscle. We are going to hold this for 10 seconds. You will feel a deep burn. Your inner thigh might start to shake and tremble, and that tremble is normal. It means the muscle is finally waking up. Doctor, that routine is incredible. We went from lying in bed, to sitting, to standing, to completely realigning the kneecap. But before we close this episode, everyone should hear your 60-second bonus protocol to finish the morning. What is it? This is the habit that acts as a force multiplier for everything we just did. Here is the biological secret. Your knee cartilage has no blood supply of its own. Your muscles have veins delivering blood, but your cartilage relies 100% on the synovial fluid we just warmed up. And after sleeping for 8 hours, we wake up dehydrated, which means our joint fluid is depleted. Exactly. You can do all the exercises in the world, but if your body lacks water, your cartilage will remain dry and brittle. So the absolute first thing you must do when you walk out of your bedroom is drink 1 full glass of room temperature water. Do not drink ice water. Room temperature water absorbs much faster into the tissues. And is there any physical movement we can add to this? Yes. Do 10 slow, full ankle circles with your right foot and then 10 with your left. The ankle circles keep the lower body circulation actively pumping, drawing that fresh hydration straight down into the legs and knee joints. 1 glass of water and some ankle circles. 60 seconds that completely changes the environment inside your knee. Now, if this step-by-step guide was helpful, please hit the like button right now. Subscribe to the channel so you never miss a routine, And send this video to a friend or family member who you know struggles with their knees. And make sure to watch this next episode. Oh, this is a good one. People should see this. Definitely watch. See you there.